Hello ladies and gentlemen, Lobsterbox20 here, coming to you from my humble abode in the shop in my backyard. And I'm going to be giving you a glimpse at two of my garden tractors. Well, one of them's not really mine, but the other is 100% mine. Anyway, the first one, which you have already seen, is my 1989 freebie, the Craftsman GT18. Basically what happened after that video, as you saw, it fired up for me, and ever since then it's been running beautifully without a hitch. I still haven't had the chance to get a new foam air cleaner for this thing, and as you may have been able to see by that brief glimpse under the hood, I have removed the headlights, just for now. They were getting in the way a bit. They didn't work when I got the tractor. I never got the chance to troubleshoot them because I am completely lost without a wiring diagram. So that will come later. But eventually, I have big plans for this tractor. What I want to do is get ags for the back in place of these stock turf tires, of which one is flat all the time. So I'm going to put ags on those rims, 23 by 8.5-12, I believe. Here's the way it goes. Let's see here, where is that measurement? You'll have to pardon me here for the long wait. Here we are, 23 by 10.5-12s. So those are going to be around $100 if I want the true powers, but I might talk to someone like GT80 on my tractor forum who's had some experience with Chinese ag tires, which I know are substantially cheaper, and I'm not really all concerned with the whole all-American, buy American thing. As long as globalization's here, I might as well get it cheaper where I can. So this is going to get ags, and I also might see about some weights if I can find barbells. Also maybe a drawbar for the back, and definitely going to put windshield washer fluid in the tires if I can get the resources to do so. But this thing will be starting up in a moment and moving. You guys only saw it fire up for a brief moment in that video there. It's got new 10W30 oil in the engine, a new foam pre-cleaner, and I washed out the cooling fins with water and everything. This thing has been, I think the last time I worked with it, it was dragging some diamond tooth harrow around our riding arena down in the bottom part of our acreage. So as you can see, it's awfully dusty everywhere. Dust is literally everywhere, even on the brand new 340 cold cranking amp battery that I installed in this thing not too long ago. But that'll definitely have to be taken care of. My goodness. I don't have a pressure washer right now, but as soon as I am able to purchase a new one, because that one over there kind of conked out. I'm definitely not going the cheap electrical pressure washer route again. I'm going to go either very expensive electrical pressure washer or a gas one, which I don't really like the idea of a gas pressure washer, just one more expensive engine that you have to maintain. But anyway, this thing will be moving in a short time, as I said before. You'll hear it start up. Still haven't got the headlights working. I'm going to need a wiring diagram to troubleshoot them. And of course, as you may have caught a brief glimpse of it as I was going around the front of this tractor, I'd like to show you guys something that the YouTube community hasn't seen yet. Only a couple of close friends from YouTube have seen this tractor, ones that I talk to regularly on Skype. You know who you are. But this is my new MTD990. Well, saying my MTD990, no, it's not really mine, it's my father's. I bought it, and the minute I told him it could have a loader, he offered to buy it off of me. I paid $350 for this at a yard sale down the road. It came running and driving with this very nice Optima spiral cell battery and the 50-inch shaft-driven 3-blade cast-iron cutting deck, as well as, I should say, the bottom two links for the 3-point, although they're largely useless right now because the hydraulic lift isn't hooked up. Anyway, this thing, basically, for the first bit of its life, it was used to tow planes into their hangars at the small municipal airport that we have around here, Cooking Lake Airport to be exact. So that's why you see I have that hitch mounted on the front. And as it is, when you're backing this up to a normal trailer, these 3-point arms, they don't allow the trailer, or most trailers that is, to hitch up to that plate. So there's going to need to be a drawbar made for this plate in order for this thing to efficiently tow trailers. But my dad loves using it and loves working on it, so that's all that matters for now. You can see this gas tank is a bit of a bother because I don't think it was mounted properly. The engine is a 16 horsepower cast iron Briggs & Stratton single cylinder, much like the one, if not almost exactly identical to the one that I'm running on my Motomower 716-100 number 7. This engine smokes, unfortunately, so we're going to need to rebuild it. And along with the rebuild, we have plans for a rerouted muffler, because this muffler routing is just disastrous. This metal plate heats up to extreme temperatures, rattles around. It's already got cracks in it, places where it was welded. So I think if we can get away with it, we'll just remove this metal plate altogether. I don't see the need for it. And use that same sort of pipe to route the muffler out and up. Of course, it'll be using a stack if we can find one, like the popular Alice Chalmers stacks that are used on most Sears tractors. But definitely going to put a stack on here and rebuild the engine at some point, because I know my dad can't afford to pay for the vast amount of oil that this thing consumes forever. So that'll be happening. I'm also pretty sure the carb leaks because of this pool of wetness here. I can smell gas, so I think this thing very shortly is going to be kicked out if it continues to leak like this, because we don't tolerate leaky tractors in the shop. So unfortunately, this thing will stay outside until we can figure out how to stop the carburetor from leaking. See if the gas was turned off here. Yes, it was. So I guess it's just a slow leak, but I'm turning the gas on now. See if I can do all this with one hand, but my objective is to start this thing up and move it out of the shop for you guys, since it was headed that way anyway. I've had enough of it stinking at the joint. But here we shall mount the tractor. The hydrostatic control, as I was informed, this is not stock apparently. It was usually down here. So this is an improperly adjusted hydrostatic control too, so it gets in the way of your foot and the tractor creeps. So I'll hold the brake down. Obviously we want choke, and we'll see what this thing does. You have to pardon me, I'm gonna have to fiddle with the safety switch. I have to fiddle. There's a safety switch underneath here. You just jiggle it around a bit and get it working. to shut it off now. I know that's not stock. That's where the ignition switch would normally be on a tractor like this. But they installed this generic tractor ignition switch that I don't generally agree with. I'd much rather have the 3-position index, but I haven't really figured out how to wire one up yet. Because as you can see, they've butchered the wiring in there in order to fit the new ignition switch. So, yes, a couple of things do indeed still need to be done on this tractor, but it's a solid piece of machinery, and my dad enjoys using it. And now I'm going to start up the faithful GT18. So, as you've seen, the GT18, I will not bother explaining anything any further. I will simply just put the clutch in, set the brake, make sure we're in high range, because we will definitely be wanting to exit the garage once we fire it up. It should have fuel. Everything should be good to go. I should just be able to turn the key and have it start. Guess I didn't hold it for long enough. Let's try once more. Run, kitten, run! Go! Be free! Alright. We're moving. Right there. And this is ye old GT18. Running very well, like a champ. As I mentioned before, we've had problems with the hitch on this tractor, so it's currently not the one that tows trailers. This is the one that does all the towing around here. Trusty, what is I think it's 3 4-gallon gas tank, and 3-speed, 6-speed, high-low transmission. Not a whiff smoke from the engine, sounding as good as ever. I think I'm going to do some things to make it a bit louder. Definitely not going to run an open pipe, but I think I'm going to do, run the smaller friction stratum mufflers, like the ones you see on 8-horsepower engines. I'll run those on this tractor, and that should give it definitely a lot more sound to the engine, which is what I like. Again, I don't like open pipe, but I just can't stand the thought of the only twin-engine garden tractor I have sounding so quiet. In fact, I can give you some revs. It might be better to just do it this way, because if you throttle it up too fast, the throttler seems to hesitate. Just give me a moment. Words cannot describe how happy I am with this thing right now. It's amazing that after 2 years of sitting watching this thing rot, it's finally come into my life and it's finally being used again. So that's just great. Anyway, this video's gone on for 14 minutes, which is actually so long that my older version of iMovie will not allow me to publish this to YouTube. So there's going to be some problems with that. But have no fear. If you're seeing it now, that means it made it, however it could. So I hope you enjoyed watching. More to come soon, because the lawn needs to be mowed. So you'll be seeing a lot of the lawn mowing equipment that I've repaired and restored in recent times. You'll be seeing a lot of that going into action, including snapper number 1. So look forward to that within the next couple of weeks, although, like I said, no guarantees, because there's a lot of other things in my life going on right now, chief of which is my final exams. But anyway, thank you so very much for watching again, and I don't say this very often, but if you think you could like my video or subscribe, that would be just as well. Anyway, I will keep you no longer. Have a nice day.